Yo, Chad, who wins in a fight, Among Us or Fall Guys? Have you ever wondered that? Well, now you don't have to.
This battle is sponsored by Marvel Snap.
Among Us versus Fall Guy. My money is on Among Us. Among Us players.
The year was 2020.
Yep.
The long wait as we all experienced the most viral sensation in recent years.
Yes, sir.
It was Among Us.
Among Us.
Fall Guys was the biggest news that year. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who
There's no
will win
way Fall
a
Guy
death
wins.
battle.
There's no way. There's no way.
In the lonely dark of space, aboard
Unless they give Fall Guy infinite respawn ability.
a malfunctioning vessel, a peculiar crew of bean-shaped astronauts must work together to save their souls from a quiet demise.
Tons of stuff could go wrong at any moment, and it's up to these colorful clowns to fix it. Impressive, since their spacesuits don't seem to have any arms.
Oh, that's not actually a suit. That's just how they are.
Wait, what? Ew, why?
More on that later. The tasks they undertake to save their ship require varying degrees of difficulty and skill. It may not take much to reconnect some wires in the cafeteria, but it certainly does to clear asteroids when your ship is moving faster than light.
If that's not a suit, then why do they have a cafeteria when they don't have a mouth?
At any point, these creatures must draw from medical training, electrical
That's a
skills,
great
and
point.
mechanical know-how.
Okay, but it's total chaos, so teamwork is key. They gotta spread out and trust that while they're all swiping cards, they have each other's backs, right?
Well, success is always uncertain, as though fate has placed some external force that stands between this species and their survival.
There's an imposter among them! I mean, among us! But not us, though, right, Wiz? Right?
For the 9th time, I'm not an imposter.
That's just what an imposter would say! They're shape-shifting aliens! They could be anyone! Or any mad scientist in a lab coat!
The imposter threatens the pack and pushes them towards extinction by any means necessary. Anything from damaging lights to wrecking the ship's reactor.
Which
Yo,
can't
Chat,
be
what
tricky
color
to
did you play
fix
in
in
Among Us?
time. Even though imposters are naturally
I played
skilled at
black every
crawling through the
time.
vents, the crewmates need special engineer training to
Because
do
I'm
the
so
same.
progressive.
So not all of them can McLean it up.
All while the imposters conceal their motivations and infiltrate the herd. The others always know something isn't right, and the imposters use that paranoia to motivate their prey into ejecting each other into space. Just for being kinda sus.
Yeah, Wiz is the imposter.
He does seem to know an awful lot about these aliens. And just to put it out there, it isn't me.
That's a good point. Have you ever heard him say sus?
No, what do you mean? Knowing a lot is literally my job.
Ear canals!
Ah, jeez, fix your mic, dummy.
I agree with the metal bowling ball.
Well, I knew the sussy baka from the start. And again, just to be very clear, it isn't me.
Same here.
Oh, come on. Anyone could be the imposter, Boomstick. It's completely random.
Random starts with R and so does... Oh, I know who it is. It's always the red one.
Wait, what? But it isn't me! It isn't me!
Oh my God, they got
Oh,
him.
right. There's usually 2 imposters.
Dear God.
The imposters aren't just tricksters, they're also hunters, bloodhounds tracking and assassinating crewmates when they least expect it.
They'll snap their necks, stab them with a knife, shoot them with a desert eagle, or use their frickin' tongues to impale their faces. Oh, God!
Is there
Right
an
through
Among
the
Us
visor.
manga?
They may look like they're wearing spacesuits, but that's not a
They got a
visor.
manga for that
That
shit?
is their
That look awesome.
actual face. Examining their cross-section reveals their insides always match the color of their bodies, and that they are comprised of exactly one large bone, which must mean their ability to walk is entirely muscle-based. Their whole anatomy is one unsolvable mystery.
Ew! They've got human toes, buff arms for no reason, and can stretch like Mr. Fantastic? What are these freaky things?
No one knows. They don't even exist within the same realm of mortality as you or I. Even if one of them is killed or ejected into the lifeless void of space, they return as a ghost, invisible, incorporeal, unable to communicate with the living, but nonetheless still among us.
Even beyond death, they can
Are they
plot the
going to use that
demise
for
of
any
other
bonus I
or
wonder.
become guardian angels for the living by literally shielding them.
That's gotta be one tough shield, because
That's a
remember
mod,
that
though.
Desert Eagle they holster? Apparently, that thing also fires a laser that can rip apart whole planets. Good God! To split this planet apart like that would need over 10 non-million tons of TNT.
A number so incomprehensible you'd have to multiply 1 billion by 1 billion. Twice.
More than enough to annihilate Earth over
Oh,
160
it's base game
million
now?
times. Which seems like overkill for the, space vampires they were fighting.
Right, the crew has crossed over with a variety of other universes. Fortnite, Vampire Survivors, Space Warlord
Really?
Organ Trading Simulator, the
Among Us and
classics.
Vampire
Including
Survivors?
this Henry Stickmin guy. Apparently, he's a kleptomaniac with a surprisingly wide and wacky arsenal all the crew can
Damn,
have.
bro, I should've
Desert
played that
Eagle-eyed
shit.
crewmates will find Henry's weapons throughout the ship, like a banana bomb, a teleporter, a ninja star, and a magic pencil that can bring drawings to life.
These creepy Teletubbies can sketch whatever they want into existence, and they're suddenly everywhere I look now. Where's these little trash can people are freaking me out?
In a strange way, all of this makes sense for this fascinating species. In the face of insurmountable odds, something inside tells them to band together no matter what. To use
The amount of times I've screamed Among Us in public, every time I see something even close to an imposter, man, even during movies, man, I am a obnoxious cringe piece of shit.
all the tools available and try to survive again and again. On a ship, on strange planets, anywhere they may be, in spite of anything that may be going on in the world. They either fix what's broken or face certain doom. But no matter what, they do it together.
Among Us together. Yeah. Ooh.
Man, look at that drip, though.
Welcome to the bright, colorful world
Bro,
of
both
the
these games are so fire.
Dome. Natural habitat to these lovable little beings known as the Fall Guys, who race each other through fun playgrounds with nothing but clear
I think Fall Guys has one of the best BGMs of all time.
skies above.
These lively obstacle courses showcase their inherent skills and abilities. As if drawn by
So much
natural
fun.
instinct, they hurtle over barriers together and pass through various tests of strength, agility, and mental fortitude.
And it's pretty
It's so
impressive considering
cute,
how
too.
elaborate these bounce house courses get. How do these weebles wobble through it?
With a shocking level of innate parkour mastery that otherwise hasn't been seen since 2006. But honestly, not many of the beans make it, and only one can be crowned the winner before everything starts all over again.
Which makes for some very friendly competition, like survival of the fittest, but for a bunch of candy grimaces. They'll grab, shove, and slam into each other to make it out on top, or even roll up into a ball and launch across the course.
They still have bombs.
Self-preservation be damned.
And over time, the beans have evolved to higher levels of, let's call it imagination. The engineer Digi invented the creative device so the beans could start making and designing new obstacles and challenges for
think Fall
themselves,
Guy has any
as well
chance
as
at
additional
all.
tools like wrecking balls, wind-up boxes for punching foes, and even translators that make their nonsensical
I'm
language
talking
intelligible.
0% chance.
But even at their best, they're still just flinging themselves over these obstacles
Yeah.
like a bunch of drunken lemmings.
This species seems to have a biological urge to navigate these courses for one singular purpose: get that crown.
I mean, if I could be king for a day, I'd push you off a cliff right now.
Very funny. Get away from me.
Things in the Blunder Dome can get wild. We've seen these goobers get smacked by giant mallets and fall into actual hot lava, but they always pop back up at the qualification stage later, completely unharmed. Somehow.
No,
These
they don't.
remarkable creatures have demonstrated some dumbfounding durability, such as getting struck by
they?
meteors. That's a hit anywhere from
Oh.
18 tons of TNT to 15 kilotons.
Oh,
but
here
they
we
still
go.
get right back up to Rube Goldberg themselves straight through another obstacle course.
On top of
Okay,
that, they
we're
were hit with the
getting
Big
power
Bang and
scaled
came
into
out the other
bullshit.
side completely fine.
Here we go.
Wait, what? Did I just say the Big Bang? Why do we even mention the meteor? Who cares? Their suits are basically indestructible.
Boomstick, I hate to tell you this.
No,
Those aren't really.
don't say it.
Those aren't actually suits. That's their skin.
Oh, man. People were getting weird back in 2020. Didn't they have better things to do?
With only arms, legs, and eyes, there must be some genetic mechanism inside the beans that causes them to be self-sustaining. Though after some dissection, it's unclear. This is an official
What
image,
the
by the way.
No, it's more upsetting, that skeleton or the fact that these jelly beans are 6 friggin' feet tall.
Imagine bumping into this thing in a dark alleyway. No, thank you.
This means when you start the game, you're just flat out naked, just swinging away, beans in the wind.
Strange such nakedness would be allowed, considering what's actually happening
Good
is the
answer.
Fall Guys are contestants in a non-stop 24/7 game show, the ultimate knockout. Yeah, that's what's actually happening here. So what might be misconstrued as some sort of migration cycle is really a brutal, never-ending gauntlet that takes advantage of their tunnel vision.
So it's like the Truman Show mixed with Wipeout and Naked and Afraid. What happened to them being just colorful cartoon beans?
And they survive to keep playing the game no matter what. The game makers have said that when the beans fall to their death, they feel a moment of displacement, serenity, zen-like detachment from all worldly and physical bonds. Then they pop back onto the podium to celebrate their achievements. That's an official quote.
They've also said they're strong enough to rip someone in half and can stretch their bodies so far they pass beyond the observable universe.
Oh god, the Twitter feats.
Oh yeah!
you sure?
January 18th, 2022, 9:14 a.m. The Fall Guy stretched so far he exited the universe as we know it, and
We're using meme tweets as a means to power scale. These guys are posters, man. Like, come on.
then he kept going.
Speaking of universes, the Fall Guys have seen dozens of guest stars from other stories and have learned from their cultures, like flying around in the TARDIS of Doctor Who fame, wielding He-Man's power sword, launching
come
Ryu's
on!
iconic Hadouken, or even just becoming Pac-Man. They just become Pac-Man. They're Pac-Man.
Oh, come
Wiz, I know
on!
we've seen some crazy
There's
things on
no
the show, but
shot.
these 6 feet tall jelly bean monsters eat food through their feet. What are we about to rot upon the world? Is this cute and colorful reality an endless void of darkness and despair? Revelations of disturbances too catastrophic for the human mind to process? A vicious cycle on this blue marble surrounded by mouthless, dead-eyed beans.
Pretty much.
Ah, cool, let's see him fight. Wiz, you gotta play that mobile game with all the
Okay, here we go.
100 dope.
Guys, I think they're gonna let Fall Guys win with some memey fourth wall bullshit. Oh man. Let's
All
see.
right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Whatever happens, we all agree that Among Us is way cooler. I love the way the Among Us characters run so much, man. I didn't play this to get around this. This is so good. Wait, what the f? This is so good. I'm so laughing at that. Oh my god. Yatta, woo! What the f? Yeah, dude! He was the Morphling! Oh my god, he doesn't care! Holy sh! Jesus! going nuts. Oh my God, the anime flashback. Wait, but Fall Guys had an Among Us collab. What if the Fall Guys becomes Among Us? Dude, you know what? You know what?
KO!
You know what? I'm okay with that. Because that was their best video they ever did. And you know what? If they're gonna use meme anime logic, meme bullshit logic, that's fine.
Oh, when's the next episode? This is my favorite
was
show. Move
crazy.
over, Chimp Crazy.
We broke this down into 3 categories: offense, defense, and the bizarre. Let's
Yep.
start with offense.
I mean, the bogus Among Us.
Offense Among Us wins. Defense Fall Guys wins. The bizarre Fall Guys wins. Yeah, you know what? All things considered, that was awesome. Fucking who cares? That was awesome. That was legitimately dope.